funny story about that song. You know, so some of you might have known I've been supporting Ed Sheeran for the last year or so. Me and Ed are really good friends, and we've been mates for 4 or 5 years. And it was funny, you know, he called me up when he fucking exploded and turned into a massive megastar all over the world. I wasn't jealous, whatever. I really wasn't, you know, because he'd worked so hard for it, and he's so fucking good and just deserves it so much. But he phoned me up and he said, look, man, I'm going to go on a UK tour, and I'd like you to come and open up a few gigs for me. And I said, sorry mate, I'm busy. No. Yeah, of course I said, fucking yes, definitely. And up until that point, the biggest gig that I'd ever played was maybe to about 500 people. And I turned up to this first gig, and I walked out on stage, and it was about 3,000 people, and it was fucking crazy. It was like Saturday night, and you guys have watched Lord of the Rings before, right? It was like playing a gig in Mordor. It was horrific. It was horrible. It was so loud and crazy. And I walked out on stage, and I'd never played a gig like this, and I was like, hey everyone, I'm Pastor. I play about songs about love and my ex-girlfriend and stuff. And no one gave a shit, and it was horrible, and it got worse and worse, and I was playing terribly. My jokes were even worse than normal, and the whole night was a fucking disaster. And my last song, I was thinking, what can I do to try and make this not the worst night of my life? And somewhere in my stupid head, I thought it would be a good idea to play The Sound of Silence to the loudest crowd on earth. I don't know quite what I was thinking. But what made it worse is that, I don't know why I said this. I said, hey guys, this is my last song, and it's a new one that I've just written. I mean, thank you for laughing, but it's not very funny, is it? My friend who I was with, I just saw him do this. And he pointed out to me afterwards, he was like, dude, it wasn't even a joke, it was just a fucking lie. So, that was already terrible. What made it even more awful is that I looked around halfway through the song, and I realised that most of the people there were like young, you know, 15, 16, and probably had never heard of Simon & Garfunkel in their life. So, for so many reasons, it was the shittest decision ever. So, after my set, I went over to the bar with my friend, who by this time hated me and thought I was an idiot. And we were just drinking, and I was thinking about whether I had a future in music or not. And this kid came over to me. He was about 14, really shy, really sweet kid. And he sort of shuffled over like this. And he said, oh, hello, passenger. I said, hello, mate. You call me Mike if you want. Hey, Mike, I just wanted to say that I really like that new song, The Sound of Silence. Do you? Okay. And look, on any other night, I would have just said, man, I'm sorry, it was a joke / lie. Elope. Go and check out Simon & Garfunkel, they're fucking awesome, they'll blow your mind. But on this night, because I'd had such a terrible time, I just said thank you. Thank you very much. And could have just ended it there, but alright, lying, alright, cool. Lying to kids, okay. Or maybe, you know what, I could have just stopped it then, but I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be a single. So look, there's a kid somewhere in the south of England that thinks I'm a compulsive liar and hates me. But talking of hatred, are you guys up for hating stuff with me for 5 minutes? Is that cool? So I'm guessing you guys down the front know the song. It's not just because you're full of hate. Right? So you guys have been so quiet and beautiful and lovely. I couldn't ask for more. But for this song, I'm going to need something different. I'm going to need you guys to be loud as possible. Is that okay? So look, the singing. Are you guys up for singing along in a chorus? Is that cool? Alright, we'll give it a go. There's no words, there's no lyrics to remember. It just goes like this. We'll have a practice. Well, it goes like la 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 Now I know there's going to be some of you who's just thinking, I'm definitely not going to fucking sing. I'm not. It's not cool, I never sing, I'm not going to do it. But I want to make a deal with you guys. If you agree with the stuff that I hate, you have to sing as loud as you possibly can. Is that cool? Have we got a deal? I said, have we got a deal? Well, I hate racist blokes telling tasteless jokes and explaining where you people belong. So just to recap, if you don't sing as loud as you can in the chorus, that means you're a racist. So, it's up to you, of course. I hate racist blokes telling tasteless jokes and explaining where people belong. I hate ignorant folks that pay money to see gigs and then talk through every fucking song. I hate people in nightclubs snorting coke and explaining where you're going wrong. So if you agree, then come here to me and feel free to sing on. And it goes like la 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 Well, I hate pointless status updates on Facebook. FYI, we were never inmates. We pretend to be friends on the internet then. In real life, we've got nothing to say to each other. Oh brother, I've loved for my mother, for good times, for music and my mates. Yeah, I love and I live and I have love to give, but sometimes it can be easy. And it goes like la 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 la. Oh, hey, la 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 You know I hate them fussy eaters. You cook them for heaters. The only thing that rhymed. They only eat pizza and chips. I hate stepping outside for a smoke and some guy coughs like your lungs are his. I like this one. Yeah, smoking. Smoking is not cool. I hate queuing up for festival toilets, especially when you need a shit. Sorry. It never gets any easier singing that loud. And I hate the X Factor for murdering music, you bunch of money-grabbing pricks. And it goes la 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 You know I hate them magazines aimed at insecure teens that make 10-year-olds race to grow up. Hey kids, let's all be anorexic or better. Eat chocolate until you throw up. Don't actually do that. Keep your Hollywood stars in their stupid cars and the Botox that makes them look fucked. Just grow old with grace. Have you seen Cher's face? If I ever meet Cher, it's going to be fucking awkward. She looks like she's been hit by a truck. One more time, thank you so much for singing.